Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here by the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Today, Tuesday, February 13th, 2024. As you can see, there's quite a bit of snow, but we're still covering the case. Yesterday we covered the jury selection, not in the Honduras case, which got postponed until next Tuesday, a week from today, but in the case of Bevelyn Williams and Edmi Chavanis. They blocked access to, they're accused of violating the Access to Clinics Act, and it was an all-day jury selection, room full. And the ultimate result, there were a lot of questions about whether people had donated to Planned Parenthood. There was questions about, the usual, what media do you consume, where do you work. Ultimately, a jury, the 12 jurors are 7 men, 5 women, and on the alternate side, 3 men, 1 woman. Usually we don't get into that kind of demographic, but it seems to make it seems of note in this case. So we'll be covering that trial. Now, of course, the Trump docket is coming to a head. There's going to be this week, Judge Merchan is going to decide whether the trial, whether the New York State Alvin Bragg case gets dismissed, unlikely, and if it goes to trial in March, possible. Now, some are saying that actually this would serve Trump, that if there was going to be a trial during this season, this being kind of the weakest or the most, plausibly witch hunty. It's basically about business records of New York State. So there's that one. Meanwhile, the United Nations, they're there today. They're pitching it, mostly because a lot of foreign ministers came in for some meeting sponsored by Guyana. So we're going to be covering that. Inner City Press will, of course, be also. We have many questions for the UN, and the UN doesn't answer any of them. But we've applied to re-enter, and it's Melissa Fleming, Ian Phillips, Antonio Guterres. It's a very murky organization, but it's one that we'll continue to cover from the outside as long as we have to, and from the inside as we do elsewhere when the time comes. InnerCityPress.com. To be continued.